All right there, Kent Business College learners. A massive welcome to you all. Look, today we're going to be laying the foundations for understanding Agile roles. And to do that, we're going to use a classic British construction project as our blueprint. So go on, grab your hard hats and let's get cracking, shall we?
It's a lovely thought, isn't it? Really gets you thinking. You see, a bit like building a proper home, a successful project, well, it needs more than just a pile of materials, doesn't it? It needs a crystal clear vision, it needs really well-defined roles, and of course, absolutely brilliant teamwork. It's all about turning that big dream into something real. So, with that in mind, let's dive right in.
Okay, so here's our blueprint for today's explainer. First up, a grand design. That's the big vision, right? Then we'll meet the absolute key players on our site, the architect's brief, the master builders, and the savvy site foreman. After that, we'll see how it's all hands on deck, and we'll finish up with some proper lessons from the site, some real core wisdom you can take away. Right then, let's get to it. Right, section 1, a grand design. You know, every great project, especially a proper British one, it starts with a grand design. So just imagine for a second, you've got a client and they have this massive, bold, ambitious vision for a completely revolutionary new building. Now the challenge, the real puzzle, isn't just how to build it, it's how to build it efficiently, keep it on budget, and all the while stay completely true to that original dream. And that, my friends, is where our team comes in. So where on earth do we start with something like that? I mean, you can't just start laying bricks willy-nilly, can you? That'd be a complete dog's dinner. No, every great project needs a crystal clear vision. And that brings us to our very first key player, the one who holds the master plan. Okay, so in our little construction story, this person is the architect. Picture them now. They've sat down with the client, they've listened, they get the dream. And because of that, they become the single authoritative voice on exactly what gets built and, this is the crucial bit, why it's valuable. Think of them as the guardian of the vision, the keeper of the flame, if you like. Now, in proper Agile terms, our architect, that's your product owner. Their main job, their whole reason for being is to make absolutely sure that every single brick laid, every window that's fitted, adds the most possible value to that final building. No wasted effort. So if you remember one thing about the product owner, remember this: they are all about maximizing value. And this is where it gets really interesting, because this shows you just how much authority they have. The product owner, they have the final say. End of story. They own the big to-do list, what we call the product backlog. So, you know, if there's a big debate about whether to build the conservatory or the loft extension first, guess who makes the call? Yep, them. They are the ultimate decision maker when it comes to priorities. All right, so the architect's got the plan, the vision is crystal clear. But let's be honest, a blueprint doesn't build itself, does it? You need the people who are actually going to get their hands dirty. So it's time to meet the master builders.
And here they are. This is our crack squad, a proper cross-functional team of absolute experts. I'm talking bricklayers, plumbers, electricians, chippies, you name it, they're in the team, all working together side by side. They have all the know-how, all the skills needed to turn that paper blueprint into a real, tangible, high-quality building.
And here's the official definition for you. Now, the absolutely crucial part is that phrase, without relying on external departments. What that means is they don't have to down tools and wait for some other department to pop over after their tea break. Nope. They've got all the skills right there, in-house, ready to go. And that's what makes them so fast and efficient. So the big thing to remember about the team is they're a self-sufficient unit, completely built for speed and quality. And this just brilliantly shows their autonomy. Just look at these characteristics: self-organizing, collective ownership. I mean, think about it. Nobody tells a master electrician how to wire a plug, right? They're the expert. The team has collective ownership over the work, and they figure out amongst themselves what the best way is to get the job done. It's all about trust in their expertise. Okay, so this is the crucial point right here, a really clear separation of duties. It's plain as day, isn't it? The team, our builders, they are the absolute masters of how the work gets done. They're the technical experts. But the architect, our product owner, they remain the undisputed master of what gets built. It's a partnership, you see, and it's built on respecting each other's expertise. And that, right there, is what makes it so powerful. Right then, we've got the vision from the architect, we've got the incredible skills of the master builders. But something's missing, isn't it?
We need someone to make sure the whole operation runs like a well-oiled machine, someone to keep the site humming along smoothly, dealing with all the little snags.
And enter our savvy site foreman. Now, listen, they are not the gaffer. They're not shouting orders from the top of the scaffolding. Not at all. Think of them more as a servant leader. Almost like a butler in a posh English manner, you know? Always there to serve and protect. Their whole job is to clear obstacles, fetch materials, and basically shield the team from any distractions so they can just focus on what they do best, which is building.
So, in the world of Agile, we call this person the team facilitator. You'll often hear the term Scrum Master too. Their core responsibility is to serve the team and help optimize their performance. They make sure the process works for the team, not against them. So the big thing to grasp about this role is they are the champions of team effectiveness and that idea of always getting better, of continuous improvement. Yeah, you can really think of them as the team's ultimate protector. A human shield, almost. So imagine a nosy stakeholder wanders onto the site and tries to throw a massive spanner in the works, demanding a last-minute, gold-plated tap, which, let's be honest, is just a bit tacky anyway. Well, the foreman steps in, politely but firmly, and redirects them to go have a proper chat with the architect. It's all about keeping the team focused and free from interference. Okay, we've met our key players, the architect, the builders, and the foreman. So the big question is, how do they all fit together? Let's put them all side by side and see how these roles complement each other so perfectly. It really is a bit of a dream team when it works. Now this table, this sums it all up beautifully, doesn't it? It really shows you why Agile works so well. The authority is distributed, but it is absolutely crystal clear. Just look at that controls row for a second. The team controls how the work gets done, the product owner controls what work gets done, and the facilitator, well, they guide how the team works together. It's just good old-fashioned common sense, isn't it? So after our whirlwind tour of the building site, what's the core bit of wisdom we can take away for each role? What's the thing to really remember? Well, it all boils down to asking one simple question, day in and day out. For the architect, the product owner, this is the question that probably keeps them up at night. What delivers the most value right now? With limited time, limited money, their focus is relentless. They have to make sure the team is always working on the single most important thing to deliver the most bang for the buck. Now for the builders, the development team. Their question is, how can we build this effectively? This is their domain. They take the what from the product owner, and then they apply all their collective genius to find the best, most efficient, high-quality way to actually build it. This is where the real magic happens, you know? Where their creativity and expertise just shine. They totally own the how. And finally, our savvy site foreman, the facilitator. Their question is always, how can we improve how we work? They're constantly observing, always looking for little ways to make the process smoother, the communication clearer, anything to make the team more effective. They're the real champions of continuous improvement. And just like that, you've got a well-oiled machine. Bob's your ankle.
Because ultimately, it all comes down to this, doesn't it? When everyone knows their role and, more importantly, trusts each other to play their part, well, isn't that the true foundation of any grand design? That clarity, that trust, that's what turns a simple blueprint into a masterpiece. It's the secret sauce that lets a team achieve something truly special. So next time you're on a project, have a think about our construction site and ask yourself, are we all playing our part? Cheers.